Hey guys, welcome to Mitch's Music. I got a question the other day about what is the right way to play a B chord. And the short and simple answer is as far as an open B chord, there really is no way to play it without making it a 7. But today we're going to talk about some different ways that you can play the B chord, and we're going to start with that way, and we're going to talk about what a B chord is, so that as you learn the guitar neck you can find other ways to play the B chord on the guitar. So let's start with the most common. We've got a B7, and the B7, like I said, is the only one that is the open chord. And so the way I'm doing it is I'm putting my first finger on the first fret of the D string, my second finger on the second fret of the A string, third finger on the second fret of the G string, and then fourth finger on the second fret of the high E string. And it sounds like this. Okay, so let's talk about what those notes are. So we have a B, which is the root of the chord. We have a D sharp on the D string, which is the third. We have the A right here, which is the 7. We have the B again. And then we have an F sharp, which is the 5th. So the B is the root, the D sharp is the 3rd, and the F sharp is the 5th. All right, and so to get rid of this 7th, we could just kind of deaden that string with our finger. Or if we're picking, we could just kind of skip it if we wanted a more natural sound. So those are a couple of ways. Most of the time, if I'm strumming, that type of a B is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to not worry about the 7 because normally it doesn't matter too much, and that's what I use. So that's a great way. Another way that you can play a B is to do the B bar chord right here. So same place, second fret, bar all the way across, and then on the 4th fret, you can do it a couple of ways. You can flatten your finger. The trick with the B, the bar chord, is it's harder to get that D sharp. So if you're picking, you might have a hard time with it right here. So here, we've got the root right here, we've got the 5th, so F sharp, we've got the root again, B, and then D sharp's way down here. So this way of playing it may get your hand tired, but it's a great way to pick. This is one that I use for picking a lot because it normally puts that D sharp in the octave that the rest of the chords would have. So those are two ways. And remember, with this chord, you can always play lower down, so you don't have to play the full chord. So if you're picking, you could just play the bottom portion. So right now, I'm playing an F sharp, a B, a D sharp, and an F sharp. Now you do lose that bassiness of that lower note to just kind of round it out. So as you're listening to these suggestions, think about the one that would work the best for you. The final one I'm going to do is the B chord down here. So you've got another B bar chord on the E string. So it's just the standard E barring all the way across on the 7th fret. It's a standard E string bar chord barring all the way across. Then we put our second finger on the 8th fret of the G string, third finger on the 9th fret of the A, and then fourth finger on the 9th fret of the D. Now this is the most full version of the chord, as long as you can grab it with your fingers. It's also way away. So if you're playing a B, a lot of the times you are playing in the key of E or the key of B. Those are the two main keys that have those chords in it. So let's talk about some other things that you can do instead of playing the B. one of the things that you could do, say that you're in the key of E, you could put your capo on the 2nd fret of the guitar, and then your E would turn into a D, your A would turn into a G, and your B would turn into an A. And so that may be, based on what you need, that may be a great solution for you. Now, one of the things that you do lose with that, with any time you add a capo, is you lose the use of the low E string for D. Now that can be overcome. Now if you wanted to tune down to drop D and you can play that way, then you would still get it back. It would give you that fullness. Put your capo on there. But that's a great option if you're playing in the key of E. Just put a capo on the 2nd fret, change it to D. Now if you're playing in the key of B, one of the easiest things to do, so if your chords are B, F sharp, and E, then that means that you're in the key of D. And so one of the easiest ways to play in the key of B is to put your capo on the 2nd fret and then play it in the key of A. So now your B chord would be an A, your F sharp would be an E, and your E would be a D. Alright, so let's go over those one last time, just to kind of, we've got our B7 up here, and we learned that the root, you've got the root is B, the 3rd is D sharp, and the 5th is F sharp. So right here it's a 7. Then when we come right here, you got root, B, F sharp, B, D sharp, or we can come all the way up here, and I didn't go over the roots. So this one is B, F sharp, B, D sharp, just like that. Alright, and then we also learned that if you're playing in the key of E, one way to get around the B chord is to put your capo on the 2nd fret and play it in the key of D. So your E would be a D, your A would be a G, and your B would be an A. Or if you're playing in the key of B, F sharp, and E, you could put your capo on the 2nd fret, and then your B would be an A, your F sharp would be an E, and your E would be a D. I hope that that helps you get started with the B chord. Please let me know if you have any further questions in the comments below, and thank you so much for the question. I'll see you guys in the next video.